So my name is Lenka Gračková, the Czech name, or Grakova if you want. And I specialize in change management and self-management. I help leaders and managers to drive and create changes in their organizations, and I help people with their self-management, so how they can master themselves, be positive, whatever happens around them, find more motivation, time and energy to realize their own ideas and accomplish what they want to accomplish. So before we start, I have two things for you. Have you downloaded this worksheet? Because we are going to need it. Everything starts with a dream, right? So what is your dream? Why do you think about being a freelancer or starting something on your own? And I see some people having their cameras on, so I'll give you some options. So would you like to have more freedom and be your own boss? Is it something that is interesting for you? Yeah, good, I see some hands. What about time flexibility? Interested in time flexibility? Okay, many hands. What about pursuing your passion? Okay. What about maybe sharing your expertise and getting or earning more money for your expertise? Okay, good, good. Okay. And what about contributing to something great, creating something amazing? Good. Okay, you want to have it all, like me. And everything starts with a dream, but sometimes it starts with an opportunity and you just need to grab the opportunity. And that was somehow my case. I still remember 6 years ago, I have a call with my former colleague from Vlarik MBA. And I just can't believe it. He invited me to join his tech startup as a co-founder. And I'm thinking, wow, that's an amazing opportunity. And it is unbelievable. What a coincidence. Just 9 months ago, I started exploring my options, how to find that freedom. And I set myself a goal. I work when I feel like working. Yeah. And this goal had, the essence of this goal was about freedom and about more time flexibility, and also doing work that I would be so passionate about that I wouldn't feel like working, and maybe I would work a lot anyway. And so one of the passions I identified that time was coaching. But when I heard about this opportunity, I thought, if there is an opportunity, you just need to grab it. And so after a couple of meetings with the guys, I know that this is going to be hard work. I don't know anything about technology, and I don't know anything about the toy industry where the field of the startup was. But the idea is so exciting, it's such an adventure, and I just want to go for it. And my dream about coaching, well, no time, busy, working on a big project now. Well, 1 year later, 3 months after I quit my sales job in a big chemical company, the 5 co-founders of this tech startup have a big meeting. My colleague, female colleague from Slovakia, who just had her baby a couple of weeks ago, flies over to Belgium. And there is a lot of tension. And not only because the contract that was pre-negotiated was cancelled, so we had nothing, but also because of the team. We are not doing well as a team. And I know that I am part of the problem as well. So what do we do now? Well, the next phase is very painful for all of us. I and my other female colleague quit the startup. We are not tech people anyway. And maybe we don't have the mindset, attitude, or skills to be in this business. Well, the good thing is that finally I have time to pursue my passion, coaching. But am I ready? And that's the moment when dreams clash with reality. And I want to ask you now, are you ready to take huge risks? Are you ready to spend a lot of effort on something without maybe getting results you want? Or do you want to go slowly? Do you want to build something step by step and maybe grow in the challenge? Or do you just want to adapt your dream to reality and to who you are? And so these are the fundamental questions that maybe are good to ask at the beginning. Do you want to generate money, or do you need to generate money very quickly? Or do you have time to build something slowly, knowing that some business ideas take years to develop and to pick up, to get the momentum going? Sometimes it takes from 3 to 5 years. So what I would like to share with you first is the business side, and there are different ways how you can start with freelancing, and those different ways how you can start with freelancing may require a different skill set. There is different level of uncertainty, and all of them have advantages and disadvantages. I personally would have liked if someone showed me this before I started, but maybe I wouldn't have listened anyway, knowing myself. So maybe give it a little thought. I clustered it in 3 buckets, like what type of business, or what are the buckets that you can go for. And one option is to move from employee to contractor, which means that you have a unique expertise that many companies want, and they are ready to hire external people for a defined period of time, like 3, 6 months or 1 year. And you have a guaranteed level of work for a certain period of time. You can go very quickly. Once you have a contract with a company or through an interim agency, you can move and start generating money very quickly. The disadvantage is if you work on short-term projects or for many different customers, you keep changing customers, you will need a lot of time and energy to get up to speed. You will have to learn quickly, and maybe you will not have time and energy to build something different. Another option is like the freelancing way, the gig economy, that you work, you have different customers, maybe smaller customers, you have smaller projects, and sometimes you have a lot of work, sometimes you have less work. And the question here is really how to get new customers. Maybe you are good at sales, you are good at networking, you have a good network, you can get your own customers. Or maybe you can just work through a bigger company who will provide you with some business opportunities. Like I personally worked in change management for a small consulting company, and they were giving me change management assignments, not full-time, but 1 week it was 1 day, 1 week it was 3 days, 1 day it was nothing, 1 week it was nothing. So there are different options how you can build your business around this gig economy. And the last one is the business idea, and it doesn't have to be a big startup, but it can be just writing a book or finding an idea that will help you to differentiate yourself well, compared to other people who operate on the same market. Like coaching and training is a business that is very populated. And my business idea was to create a model, a realizer model that would help people find solutions to new problems and to new challenges, that would help people to learn how to think differently and quickly get from confusion to clarity and action in less than 30 minutes, even if they don't have any prior experience. But again, it can be, your business idea can be simply, how can I set up a good system to be visible, to bring more customers to see my work and to work with me. So it gives you more flexibility, but it takes time to generate revenues. So, and again, different type of business require different skills and different type of preparation. And I will ask you to go and go to the worksheet, score yourself, and you can start rating yourself. How are you doing in the preparation phase? Not yet started, or started but still a long way to go. Preparation progressing well, pretty ready, maybe already launched. So how are you doing? Knowing that this preparation phase, the 5 questions are very basic questions. You never know when you are ready until you actually go and have the customers do the work. So now let's look at the skills. In the worksheet, I put together 6 skills that I believe that are important in order to be successful as freelancer. And first of the skill is executing your own ideas and goals. And when you're filling in the worksheet, think about it from a perspective that you have an idea, and maybe you're even in your company, and you go and talk to your boss, and your boss doesn't care or even discourages you. What will you do? Are you going to go further? Are you going to leave it or go after it anyway, even if you're not sure where it will go? Also in your private life, or are you able to commit to what you want to do? Do you accomplish what you usually set yourself up to do? Let's go to the next area, next group, which is mindset and emotions. There is going to be a lot of uncertainty in any bucket. So how are you able to deal with this? Next area, next group, which is mindset and emotions. There is going to be a lot of uncertainty in any bucket. So how are you able to deal with uncertainty right now? Are you able to focus on what is important for you? Are you able to focus on your goals, or do you keep overthinking the future? What about setbacks and failures? You will have to do many new things and not everything will work out. What about fears and doubts? How do you cope with that? So just I want to share my experience with executing my ideas and goals and mindset and emotions. I personally do not handle uncertainty that well, and I had to put in place a whole support system, how I can stay positive and keep progressing on my own goals and ideas. And basically it doesn't matter that you maybe are not so great at managing uncertainty. You can build a system around yourself that will support you to deal with that better. Let's go to the next one, which is sales and marketing. So big question, right? So are you a talker or are you a listener? Do you like to, or do you regularly talk about your work in your company or at your former employee? Was everybody knowing what you were working on and people just knew knew your value? Or were you someone who was like me, rather a doer, so doing and hoping that the work others people will see will just speak better than the words? So I personally, so go and score yourself, and let's go to the next one, which is confidence. And when I speak about confidence, it doesn't mean that you have to be super outgoing. It's more about being confident about your own work and confident about future, confident that you will find solutions, whatever happens. Rate yourself where you are already confident. And I'll also share an experience. You can make a career switch. For example, a company with which I am working, it's a strategic consultant which helps SMEs to differentiate in their market. When he started 10 years ago, he made a career switch from finances to this field of business. And it was a new concept. So he spent 1 year working for free just to validate his concept, to get testimonials, to get credibility for paid customers. So there is also a question whether you're moving whether you are staying in your zone of confidence and expertise, or if you want to develop expertise somewhere else, and the further out of your expertise you go, the more time you will need to prepare, to validate, to get ready. Now let's go to two last areas, so communication and assertiveness. The question is, are you a good communicator? It will help you for the sales, it will help you for the negotiations. Can you also convince other people? Can you defend your opinions? Sometimes your customers will not exactly agree what you are suggesting or with the work you delivered. So rate yourself on this one. I will go directly to the next one, which is passion, perseverance, and patience to learn. In this passion, perseverance, and patience to learn, I see many times that we have blind spots about our weaknesses, but we have blind spots about our strength. And sometimes it's really just a matter of perseverance. I was working with a 35-year-old engineer who needed to start going for conferences and networking. And for him, it was a pure hell. He was an introvert and he didn't feel comfortable. But after 5 months of coaching and fine-tuning his own style, shifting his mindset, changing his behaviors, he actually realized that he enjoys it. He's pretty good. He can trust himself when he stays cool, even under stress. And he moved from the networking hell to networking heaven. So think about it. Even if you are maybe not good at sales, you can learn, or whatever expertise or whatever skills you have, you can still learn whatever you want. Also imagine that you can yeah, you can learn anything, and you can find solutions to whatever stands in your way, and imagine how your confidence grows and how your mindset improves and how easy it will be to execute your own ideas and goals. So that's really about self-management. So now when you look at this worksheet, and okay, it's not a rocket science, it's just a reflection tool. If you know that you are not maybe doing that great in sales and marketing, how can you support yourself? Do you need to learn? Or do you need to work through an agency or a company which will help you to get the stream of the customer? So how can you incorporate it in the way in your business plan, and how you're going to move from employee to freelancer? Okay. Yeah, in this I would like to just wrap up the session. If you want to learn more about freelancing, I definitely recommend a book of my fellow Czech citizen, Robert Blach, The Freelance Way. If you want to discuss this worksheet or think about and define what could be the next steps for you, where to go, how to approach this question from employee to freelancer, I offer a free coaching session. Definitely don't hesitate to schedule half an hour through the platform or on the Calendly link. And also, if you are ready, or maybe if you are not ready yet, I would like to just share a quote from Confucius that helps me every day. And then I like to remind myself every day that it doesn't matter how slowly you go, as long as you don't stop. So think about it, think about your dreams, and I wish you good luck.